Hi everyone, it's Sarah here, and today I want to tell you about a really powerful meditation that anyone can do. And the premise of this is to bring back your power. Okay, so in the last video, I talked about being in a predator prey reality that um, um, are lower feelings like depression, misery, pain, suffering, and all that is food, right? I'm not gonna go into who's feeding off us, but I said that in the last video. But the point of this is retrieving that energy back, right? So that's what I want to talk about, and I want to talk about who we really are, like who I really am, who you really are. So this is what I believe that I, and I believe you are too, are an eternal being, and that our essence is indestructible, okay? And that we are in the body, but we are not the body, okay? And so where I feel that essence is in the heart space, okay? And you can imagine it like a flame, okay? And when you intentionally call your power back, okay, so this is how I did it. I started from utero trauma to childhood trauma. And I said, I am a sovereign being and I'm claiming my energy back from all the traumatic events that happened to me as a child, including in utero. That means when I was in the womb of my mom. And you don't have to know what those are specifically, but as you're doing it, you'll probably get insights. And, this is not to re traumatize you, okay? This is the opposite. This is about claiming your power back because, especially as kids, we don't have a lot of control over our lives and we're at the mercy of other people and who can take advantage of us, right? So, and in those instances, we are experiencing misery and suffering, and then that is food for you know well, let's say this, it reinforces our reality, okay? It reinforces the cycle of misery and suffering and all that. So how I envision that, okay, I'm going to take you through this now. So you basically can close your eyes and imagine that you're in a sea of fog. Not necessarily sea like the ocean, it could be, but basically you're in a kind of abyss where it's gray or black fog, okay? And this is where your energy has been harvested. So it's been pulled from you. So what you do is you flip it. So now you're a magnet, and now you're magnetizing the energy to you through that intention that I said before. I am a sovereign being and I claim my energy back from all the trauma that I experienced as a child. And you focus on the heart space, okay, where the flame is. And you can envision it like I usually see it as a red flame, a flicker or a red, like a candle flame. And then as I'm imagining all this energy coming back to me, I have a sense and I can see it, I can visualize that flame getting bigger and stronger and brighter, right? and you're breathing it in. You can use the breath. So, as you inhale, you're bringing it in. And as you exhale, you're just saturating and integrating yourself with that energy, if that makes sense. And after the first time I did that, I had so much energy. I was like, what happened? Did I have a lot of caffeine? No, I really do very, very little caffeine. And then consequently, I've done it for the next phase, which was teenager. I did it for that. And then the next phase, I did it for early adulthood. And then I just randomly do it when I have a memory of being humiliated or feeling victimized. I do it. I just like, okay, I'm going to call that back because I'm not giving my energy away anymore. Don't you do that. Don't give your energy away. You have to be able to master your thoughts and your emotions, specifically your emotions, so that you don't become a food source. So once you cut off these parasitical, whatever they are, entities, let's say that, you're no good for it. The whole thing's going to collapse. It's going to collapse. So you can actually bring it down through doing this and become more powerful. Okay. You are going to become more powerful, and people are not going to victimize you anymore. All right. Things will change for you because you're you're getting empowered through doing this exercise. Okay. And what's I going to say? So the other thing that I've been doing is experimenting with that energy of our essence in the heart. Okay. So I bought some apples the other day and they're like totally, you know, got chemicals on. They weren't organic. I couldn't get organic at the time. And so I took a bite of it and it tasted good at first, but then it was just like this horrible aftertaste. And I knew it was all the chemicals on that apple. And so I put it in my hands and I just started sending energy from my heart space, like from that eternal energy source. Okay. So it's not a draining source of energy. It's a eternal. Okay. So it's infinite. So you can get as much as you need and you can bring it through your hands and you can infuse the apple. And what I say is like, I'm a sovereign being and I'm going to destroy all the impurities in this apple and all the poisons and toxins. I'm going to destroy them because we are the destroyer and the creator. Okay. Destroyer and creator. So you can destroy bacteria, you can destroy things that are parasitical for you. Right. So I did that with the apple and then I went to the healing energy and I said, bring the life force back through this apple, like exaggerate, or I can't remember my exact words, but you get the idea, like boost the life force of this apple. And I only did it for maybe 3 minutes, right? Really not long, but it really helps to visualize that, like visualize the color. I had orange coming through my hands, infusing the apple. I just felt the energy go into the the molecules of the apple, whatever you want to call it, and transmute it, right? And then when I ate it, like it tasted so good. It was really good. And I was kind of surprised, but then I wasn't because I knew that would work. Um, because that's who we are, right? We are creators and destroyers. And You can do that on your water. You can do it on food if you have to go out and eat and there's nothing healthy, or it's not, if you maybe you're allergic to something, try that. Like just intentionally cleanse the food and then boost it. And then it'll be attuned to your digestive system and it will actually do you good. Okay. So it's not a stretch for me to do this kind of stuff because I have done Reiki in the past and I actually taught Reiki for a while and I've kind of changed my opinion about it in the sense that I would rather pull from this eternal resource within than outsource. Okay. So when you're doing Reiki, you're basically outsourcing. So the energy comes through your crown chakra to the heart through your hands or through your eyes or whatever. And don't get me wrong. I mean, like I had a lot of I don't know if it's successes. Yeah, I had a lot of successes with Reiki in the sense that there were definite results and it definitely did something. But I don't know where that's coming from, really. I don't. Like, I know the story behind it and everything, but who's I would rather now pull from my own resource than, like I said, than from energies that I don't know who they are, what they are, where they come from. I don't know if they're deceptive, nefarious, you know, who knows? But I know me, I know myself, I trust myself, and that's where I'm going to pull from now on. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. And you can be creative with this, like start using your energy to, sorry, in ways that are gonna support you and just get creative. Like I just made that statement up, right? Because we are sovereign beings, okay? Do you want it to be run by other influences? I don't. So you stay sovereign, and then you come to find out like how powerful you really are. So I experiment with lots of other things like my eyes, like and colors, like I've done a video on color healing. It's amazing. Once you know the colors that do specific things, you can infuse areas in your body with color. Like for instance, violet is a painkiller. It's it it what else does it do? It's in the video. I think it heals tissue. And anyway, it's amazing if you're experiencing pain and just use your imagination and your focus to inject that color somehow. I say inject because I did it for my neck recently, and I had a pain all the way up the side of my neck, and I just imagined like a needle going in there and and pushing in violet color, and I saw it very electrical. And I do like biofeedback as I do that, and I do that with colors. So, for instance, as I'm doing that, I'm tracking how does it feel to me as that color enters that part of my neck. Is it is it am I getting a response, a positive response, or is it doing nothing? Maybe I need to change the color, so maybe that color needs to be darker or lighter, or maybe I try a completely new color. Okay, and then as soon as I change a color and I try that one, then I go, oh yeah, that feels better, like that feels appropriate, and I'm gonna stay with that one, right? But I'll put the link to the color video because Dishna, a man, I talked about him in the video, but he's dead now, but he did incredible studies. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Sorry, my cat is destroying my car, my chair. He studied colors and he could tell you, he knew what the properties of each color and what they did as far as healing, like how they can support us, like for burns and for migraine. And I mean, he has an encyclopedia full of information. I mean, it's incredible. And you can get it. I got it online and I downloaded it as a PDF for free. I found it. Because it's hard to find his books, but so I like colors because they're neutral. They don't have any religious doctrine infused in them. It's like clean. We're around colors all day long. Like we live in a colorful world. We know colors. Our body's made up of colors, and each color has a specific frequency that that can give us what we need. It's just a matter of learning a little bit about that, and then also experimenting and trying it out. And my biggest mission, if you want to say mission, really, is to help people in being able to do this yourself. So that, if you're in a bind, like if you don't have access to anything and you're maybe you're having a panic attack or you think you're having a heart attack, I don't know, and there's no one around and you don't have a phone or something like that, like what are you going to do? You can start using your own power, and you can, first of all, you can calm yourself down with colors like indigo calms you down. Blue calms you down. And then you can be creative, right, with this energy in your heart, your essence. So yeah, this is really just to sort of ignite some creative spark in you so that you can start utilizing your what you already have. Okay. And if we are eternal, which I think we are, like imagine the wisdom that we have. Imagine that somehow, when we were born, we got mind wiped and we don't remember anything about that. Right. And then as we go through life, bits and pieces come to us, and then we might do a regression or something like that. And then we realize, oh yeah, I did have like a lot of other lives but I think it goes way more than that. Like, I think we're way more complex and powerful than someone who just had past lives. Okay, but maybe I'll talk about that in another video. Anyway, this is I hope this was helpful, and please leave a comment or a like or whatever you want, and subscribe. And if you want me to talk about anything else, I started this channel talking about frequencies and spooky equipment and stuff like that. But I'm more interested in empowering you to heal, maybe with, just showing you that you can do it without gadgets or devices. Okay. You can do it within. Okay. And don't get me wrong. I mean, they're all great. It's all great stuff, right? And then the one thing that helped me, because with the frequencies, is that for everyone that knows about the spooky frequencies, is that when you create a frequency or a program, you put it in a carrier that is either healing or killing. All right. So that helped me with the creator and destroyer, right? Because frequencies can kill or heal. And what do you need it for? If you have the flu or something like that, you want to kill whatever is making you sick. Okay. And if you have a wound, you want to heal that, right? So you apply that principle to this energy that you have. Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. And I'm going to end now. Bye.